Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer. We are looking at the absolute ultimate Vientiane survival guide. And I'm super excited for this one because today I am putting on my enthusiastic local guide hat. We're going boots on the ground to explore what everyone calls Southeast Asia's most chill capital, Vientiane, Laos. Now, traveling to a new city, it can sometimes feel like a total maze, right? Especially when you're really trying to stretch that dollar. So we're going to focus heavily on survival tactics today. How to navigate, how to eat ridiculously well, and most importantly, how to keep your hard-earned cash in your wallet by dodging those classic tourist traps.
So, first up, is Vientiane really the most boring capital? Look, you hear this rumor all the time in the backpacking community. People will literally tell you to just skip Vientiane completely and rush straight up north to Luang Prabang. But I'm here to completely debunk that myth for you right now. No way is it boring. I mean, if you're going to Laos working for the absolute chaos of a megacity, well, yeah, you might be a bit surprised. But for those of us who know how to travel smart, that lack of chaos is actually a massive advantage.
The whole vibe of the city is brilliantly captured right here. It's a place to slow down, embrace the tranquility, and soak in the deep-rooted Buddhist culture. The fact that it doesn't have these massive, overwhelming shopping malls or chaotic all-night party zones, that is exactly why it's a total hidden gem for budget-conscious explorers like us. It just naturally keeps your daily spend super low. You aren't constantly tempted by all these expensive distractions. Instead, you get genuine culture, absolutely stunning temples, and just peace.
All right, moving into Section 1, Decoding Vientiane Myths and Super Saving Transport Tips. Let's see how you can get around for cheap.
Because let's be honest, figuring out how to get around a new city is usually where travelers bleed the most cash right out of the gate. And your options here are a pretty stark contrast. On one hand, you've got your random street tuk-tuks. Now don't let the incredibly gentle, welcoming nature of the Lao people fool you when it comes to tourist traffic. If you just hail a tuk-tuk on the street, especially down by the popular Mekong River front, and you don't know the local rates or how to haggle fiercely, you run a very high risk of paying literally 3 times the normal price. Plus, haggling under that intense, blistering Laos sun is just exhausting. So what's the alternative? Your ultimate digital hack is to download the Loca or InDrive apps the second you arrive. They work exactly like Grab or Uber. You get totally transparent pricing, clear routes, and absolutely zero haggling sweat. It's a real game changer.
But hey, if you want the absolute ultimate budget transport tip, it all comes down to just $4. For literally $4 to $6 a day, you can rent a bicycle or an e-bike. And downtown Vientiane is actually really compact and flat. So renting some wheels for the day isn't just the absolute cheapest way to get around, it is genuinely the best way to weave through those hidden city alleys, discover little local cafes, and just explore the temples at your own pace.
Okay, Section 2, Choosing Budget-Friendly Accommodation. Let's break down your options. Where you choose to sleep dictates a massive chunk of your overall travel budget. And in Vientiane, making the right geographical choice makes all the difference in the world. The absolutely crucial point here is understanding the distinct vibes of the different neighborhoods. So the Mekong River side, that's the center of all the action. You step out your door and bam, you're at the night market surrounded by street food and small bars. But because it's the main tourist hub, room rates there are significantly higher, and it can stay pretty loud late into the night. If you want to protect your wallet and actually get a deep sleep, shift your focus to the city center near the Patusai Monument. It is vastly more budget-friendly, wonderfully quiet at night, and guess what? You're still within walking distance or just a super short bike ride to all the historical monuments.
Moving on to Section 3, the Optimal Exploration Itinerary. Let's map out that flow.
So honestly, you only need about a day and a half to 2 days to sweep through the main attractions. But we really need a strategy to outsmart that intense midday heat. Let me walk you through this perfect chronological flow. Start your day nice and early at Pha Da Luang. It's the nation's most sacred golden stupa. The architecture is absolutely stunning, but here's the catch. The plaza is completely exposed to the sun. Going early ensures you beat that suffocating heat. Then, midday, you'll take a trip out to Buddha Park. And then, okay, here is the real pro tip. Aim to be at the Patusai Monument, which is kind of like the Victory Gate of Laos, at exactly 4:30 p.m. If you climb to the top right at this time, you will catch this brilliant golden sunset that perfectly illuminates Lanning Song Avenue right below you. It is visually spectacular, and the best part, totally free to look at.
Actually, let me quickly rewind to that midday Buddha Park trip on the itinerary, because I have a massive money-saving warning for you. Buddha Park is located about 25 kilometers outside of the city center. Do not, I repeat, do not take a taxi there. A 50-kilometer round trip in a taxi will literally eat your daily budget alive. Instead, you're going to want to act like a local. Head over to the central bus station and just hop on bus number 14. The fare is incredibly cheap, and honestly, riding the bus gives you this truly authentic window seat view of daily Lao life as you head out of the city.
All right, Section 4, Ultimate Food and Currency Tactics. Let's get into those essential strategies.
Let's talk about getting the absolute most flavor and value out of your trip. The food scene here is going to be a totally different, refreshing breeze compared to those fast-paced mega cities. It is slow, it's rustic, and it is highly affordable. You absolutely must try a traditional slow-drip Lao iced coffee with sweetened condensed milk. Just pull up a chair at a little sidewalk cafe or hit up a famous spot like La Trio. The coffee beans grown in the Bulawan Plateau of Laos, they are genuinely world-class. Then, for dinner, skip the expensive sit-down restaurants. Just head straight to the Mekong night market. You can feast on salt-crusted grilled fish, fiery spicy papaya salad, and savory Laos sausage for mere dollars. Grab an ice-cold bottle of beer Lao, sit right on the riverbank, and look directly across the water at the Thai border. It is an unforgettable experience, literally for pennies on the dollar.
Now, let's shift over to our final practical category, the ultimate survival checklist for SIM cards and currency. These are the little administrative details that, if you ignore them, they can quietly drain your funds through bad exchange rates and a lack of connectivity.
As your protective guide here, I really want you to pay close attention to this checklist. First, buy a Unitel or Lao Telecom SIM card right when you land at Wate Airport or at the border crossing. The mobile network in the capital is very strong, and you're going to need that data to use those Laka and InDrive ride-hailing apps we talked about earlier. Second, and this is absolutely crucial, the local currency, the Lao Kip, fluctuates wildly. Do not exchange all your money into Kip at once. Seriously, don't do it. Instead, bring US dollars or Thai baht because both are widely accepted everywhere in the city. Then just exchange your money gradually, day by day, at the gold shops around the Talat Sao market area. They consistently offer the best rates, and exchanging gradually prevents you from losing out if the currency takes a sudden dip.
And, well, that brings us to a final, kind of provocative thought to leave you with. In a world of fast-paced travel, is true luxury actually finding the patience to slow down? We spend so much time rushing from one tourist trap to another, constantly trying to tick boxes. But Vientiane's true value is its peace. It forces you to just exist, to sip a coffee slowly, and to actually enjoy a sunset. By utilizing these practical money-saving tips, you ensure your trip is totally stress-free and budget-friendly. I highly encourage you to take these strategies, go experience the tranquility of Vientiane for yourself, and hey, maybe even post your own boots-on-the-ground review on AsiaBackpackTrip.com to help out the next wave of explorers. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, travel smart, and I'll catch you on the next one.